Welcome back to Short Game Pros. I'm Coach AJ, and today we're helping you make that tough decision. Should you putt it or should you chip it? There's so many things that go into that decision, and today we're looking at the top 5 things that we want you to look at so you can improve your performance around the greens. Let's take you right to number 1. Is the length of the shot does not determine the selection. Just because you're close to the green but off the green does not mean you have to putt it, and just because you're farther away in the fairway does not mean you have to chip it. Putting and chipping can happen from near side, just off the green, and from further back. Whichever one is best for you is the one we should select. If you are the type of player who often, when trying to attempt a longer chip shot, starts getting wristy and you blade it and you chunk it, I would not recommend hitting a chip shot from well off the green. That may be an opportunity for you to practice on the side, but in the meantime, maybe you should be putting it from those farther distances. Meanwhile, when you are close to the green but off the green, does not mean you have to putt it, especially if the amount of fairway you have to go over is longer than the amount of green you have to negotiate. Let's say the flag is just 3 yards on the green and you are 4 yards from the edge of the green. Going over a surface or a putt that is longer on the fairway than it is on the green is always tough to judge the speed. So that may be an opportunity where it's close, but you still want to chip it. Next thing we're going to look at is the length of the grass here versus the length of the grass on the green. If you decide to play a chip shot, most likely you'll one hop it through this or you'll land it on the green and you won't have to worry about this. But if you are thinking putting, then you definitely need to examine this area. If this was very fast, almost similar speed to the green length, then it's going to be easier versus if this grass is a little longer, then it's going to be harder to negotiate the speed here and the speed over there. The quality of the player does not dictate whether you putt it or you chip it. So often when people think of putting from off the green, they think of new golfers or maybe someone who hasn't developed the skill yet of chipping or pitching, but that is not accurate. Go ahead and watch any Open Championship or any recent US Open at Pinehurst, and you will see the best players on the planet putt from off the green. If they can do it, I'm sure you can do it. We're going to be talking about the lie of the golf ball. If it's a great lie, you have options. You can go with the putter or you could chip it. But if it's a bad lie, we're going to go with the putter, and this is why. If it's into the grain, you're likely to stub it with the chip shot, or you're going to go ahead and pull up and you're going to blade it across the green. I think we've all done that before. So to avoid the into the grain stub or blade, go with the putter. Next up, if the ball is sitting down a little bit, it's unlikely that you're going to be able to get the bottom half of the club face or the leading edge to the bottom of the golf ball, and you will blade it. So the worse the lie, go ahead and choose the putter. All right, for the 5th and possibly most important thing we're going to look at before making that final decision of to chip it or to putt it is we're going to take a look at the landing zone. For some of our newer golfers, the landing zone is where the ball first strikes the turf after you made impact with it. So where will this ball be landing? Often we like for a chip shot the ball to be landing on the green, as we don't have to negotiate the fairway length grass and the green length grass, but often we will have a landing zone in the fairway as well. Either way, there's 2 things we want to look at with the landing zone. The first is the slope. If it is a downhill slope, that ball will most likely catapult forward. And if it is a uphill slope, then the ball will most likely not roll out as much. Knowing what that ball will do when it lands and having the predictability of the result is one of the greatest reasons why we want to hit the chip or not hit the chip. All right, next up we're going to look at is the firmness of that landing zone. Understanding what the ball will do when it lands is so important. If you have any questions on anything we discussed today, go ahead and list those in the comments below and I'll get back to each of you individually. In the meantime, if you have not yet subscribed to Short Game Pros, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can join us on this journey. Thanks for watching.